everybody to another edition of the Flight Plan. And today's flight plan is going to be based on what happens if your plans change. You know, all of a sudden you've got cancellations. It's kind of like, imagine booking a plane flight and all of a sudden you've got some bad weather and your flight is canceled. You know, what do? Now you've got this amount of time that you've dedicated to one activity that has now been canceled. What comes up next? You know, this week we've had a really tough wintry storm that popped up, and it's very interesting. Monday we weren't supposed to have precipitation, yet we still did, which then made it difficult to travel on the roads because the temperature was dropping, and so a lot of places became closed. We had 2 days of really freezing temperatures, and so a lot of people were kind of stuck at home. They couldn't get out anywhere, and we're in Houston. And so you may be in an area that this, snowstorms become kind of normal and you can still get around. But some areas of the country, when that happens, it just everything shuts down altogether. So you now have this opportunity to what are your plan Bs? What are some of the things that you can do when your flight has been canceled? What are some things that you can do to take up that time that's productive and it's not wasted? You know, I see a lot of people that'll say, oh, well, hey, I don't have to go to school today, or I don't have to go to work today, so I'm just going to snuggle up in a blanket and I'm going to turn on Netflix and I'm going to binge watch some things. Hey, those are for your days off. When you have a scheduled day to work, let's continue to work. Let's continue to figure out some things that we can do to occupy that time. So we erased an activity, but let's replace it with something that's also very productive. So when your flight is canceled to a winter storm and you've got this extra time, let's figure out what to do now. So I kind of plugged in a couple of things, and I was trying to think of some things that I would suggest to do, and it's what I did on Monday, and also yesterday. So a few things that you can do to keep you from the couch and Netflix. Well, if your plans change, you have to be able to make some changes with it. I know it's disappointing when these things happen. You've already got it kind of mapped out, but we need to try to find some solutions to this. Let's say a different situation. You've got a full 4 to 6 hours or even a full day mapped out for a buyer client. You know, what would happen if that call came in from that client and they said, hey, Rick, hey, listen, unfortunately, I've got a sick child. Hey, I've got some changes at work. I can't make it. And here you are as the buyer's agent. You have a specific number of homes scheduled to show that particular client, and now you've got to go in and cancel them. Well, what are some things that you can do that since that's being canceled, what can you continue to do to make it a good opportunity for you? So what if you still drove through the neighborhood? I've got some notes here. What if you took some photos of the community? What if driving through the community, you discovered a few properties with some amazing front yards, right? So now you've got this opportunity to become more knowledgeable of the community. You kind of know the ins and outs of it, and especially if it's a community that you've never been in before. But even if it's a community that you specialize in, it's always great to take updated photography. What a great way to continue to share socially the features and benefits of your community. Go drive by the community pool. Go drive by some of the best restaurants. Go drive by some of the things and notate the activity that's going on. Maybe stop by at a restaurant, have some dessert, have a coffee, and share where you are and the features of that local small business that you might like to shop at. These are great things to do. Getting back to the story on the amazing yards, you know, what if you went to a community and you're driving through and you picked out, say, 5 or 6 different properties that are really attractive. The curb appeal is fantastic. You know, we actually have some note cards. These are our Texas Rockstar Group cards. They say thank you. They're blank on the back. We've got envelopes. But what if you wrote a note that was super simple and it said, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, as a real estate agent, you actually have the opportunity to find their names. You can go in the MLS and find out who owns the property and their actual mailing address if it's different than the property. But what if you sent a note to them and said, Hey, thank you so much for taking great care of your yard. As we were driving through the neighborhood, my clients noted how beautiful your yard looks and the ultimate care that you take in it. It's great to see pride in home ownership, and it's a great reason why our clients decided to buy in the neighborhood. It's fabulous for keeping home values up, and we're super grateful for you and the beauty of your front yard. And just sign it. Don't put your card in there, but just send a note. They know how to reach you because your information's on the front of the card and you've got your name on it. I guarantee you, you will make somebody's day, and they will probably go out and pluck some weeds because of it. So these are great things to do. Order you some cards. We got these on Vistaprint. It's a neat way to be able to share your notes. And especially you can use those. Handwritten notes are great things to do. Maybe while you're sitting at home, go pick out 10 of these and send these out to some people that you haven't talked to in a while. Say, hey, I've just been thinking about you. Let's get together for a cup of coffee soon. Great ways to stay in touch with your database. Okay, so here's some things that we want to do. Make sure you're complimentary on all those cards. Now's a great time to clean up your database. I noticed that my friends list on Facebook, it hit 5,000 people, and I had a few others that I was trying to connect with, and of course I couldn't because I was at 5,000 people. So I went to go clean it up, and one of the great things about Facebook and what they did was they showed me the people that I had the least amount of connections with. And so what's neat about that is as I was going through that, I was able to look up the profile, see if I even recognized the individual to begin with, but I was able to see who it was, what was going on with them, whether I wanted to continue to visit with them or keep them as a friend or delete them. And I was able to go through about 300 people yesterday, and I deleted 80 people. And it's some of them were accounts that weren't even active anymore. Unfortunately, there's probably some people that have passed away. There's some people that are no longer on Facebook for various reasons. And so I cleaned up that by 80 people yesterday. And my ultimate goal with continuing to clean up Facebook and other social media is just walk through all of the people that are in your friends list and your contacts list. Are you keeping up with them? And is it a great reminder to reach back out to them and just say, hey, how have you been? It's been a really long time. What's going on in your world? Another great thing to do when your plans change, your flight plans canceled. These are great opportunities to continue to work to build on those relationships while you are snowed in. Call your past clients. Call people and say, hey, are you prepared for the storm? Hey, are you all snuggled up? Are you in good shape? Is there anything that I can do to possibly help you recover from something that may have potentially broken? Pipes break. Things happen, and now's your opportunity to come and be the hero to give them a good referral to somebody that can possibly take care of something down the road. You can also call your referral partners. Imagine if you took a time out of your day to call 10 people in other markets just to say, hey, man, how you doing? Is the storm crushing you? Are you enjoying the snow? Are you doing something? And, just find out about what's going on with their family so that when the opportunity arises for them to think of a referral partner, you're top of mind when somebody's moving to your area. It's another way to create another sales funnel. Another source of business is a tremendous amount of business that you can get from agent referral partners. So the last thing I want to talk about, and I think this is really, really impressive, is some of the research that I've done on where some of the best buyers are going to come from in 2024. And ironically, the best buyers are currently tenants. It's the easiest way to find them. They are in a rental property. They are probably in a one-year lease. They're in a situation where they're probably looking for properties. The agent that originally helped them find that property could still be in touch with them, but most agents drop the ball. And this is where you, as a real estate agent who's super smart, can reach out to them and connect with them. One of the things that I would do would be to pick out a specific zip code or a community or an area that has a significant number of people that you can help. Pick out a range of price points that you feel like could be beneficial, right? So the ultimate goal in all this is to find people that have been in tenant situations for 6 months or longer. They're the ones that are the high probabilities of shopping because they've got a deadline. Their lease expires within 6 months. They want to start the process. They want to get into the mortgage side of things. But imagine if you picked out, and I'm going to pick out a rental range of $1,800 to $2,200. You can whatever is consistent in your market. But let's say you had a $2,000 average rental rate. What if you called your lender? And if you don't have a lender, I would reach out to my mortgage girl. Her name is Tammy Goodman. She's a dynamite woman, has all of the different options for home buyers. And she also does prep planning for them. So if you've got a buyer that's a specific number of days out, we can work on situations where we can kind of give them ranges where they are. And it's a wonderful tool to also include your lenders in these types of situations. But let's just say, and I'm using raw numbers, I haven't asked this yet because it's just something I want to encourage you guys to do because it's something I'm going to work on too as part of my flight plan. But what if you went in and said the average price for a rental at $2,000 could purchase a home upwards of $300,000? So what we want to do is find these addresses. We want to create a letter that we can send to these individuals. Now, if you're really creative and you want to write your own letter, great. However, I'm not that super at writing letters. So I went to ChatGPT. Everybody can set up a free account with ChatGPT. And I asked the question, and here's what I asked ChatGPT. I said, write a letter to a tenant in a rental home who's paying $2,000 per month, showing that they could become a homeowner today and potentially qualify for a home price of $300,000. So the subject line of what ChatGPT said was unlocking the path to homeownership. I thought that was good. And here's the letter that was written out. If you want a copy of this, just send me a direct message and say, hey, Rick, can I get a copy of that letter? And I'm happy to forward it to you. But you can go into ChatGPT and it'll probably write the same thing. So here we go. Dear tenant, hope this message finds you in good spirits. As a dedicated buyer's agent, I'm reaching out to share an exciting opportunity that could transform your current living situation into fulfilling the experience of homeownership. Considering your monthly rental payment of an average of $2,000, it's impressive to know that you may be well positioned to explore the possibility of owning a home with an estimated value of $300,000. The real estate market is currently offering favorable conditions for aspiring homeowners, and I believe you have the potential to leverage these conditions to your advantage. Becoming a homeowner presents a myriad of benefits, including the ability to build equity, personalizing your living space, and making a wise long-term investment. It's a significant step that can enhance both your financial stability and your quality of life. Navigating the journey from renting to homeownership may seem like a complex process, but fear not, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. My experience as a buyer's agent includes connecting clients with reputable mortgage lenders, offering insights into the housing market, and ensuring a seamless home buying experience. To kickstart the exciting journey, I recommend a consultation to discuss your specific situation and explore mortgage options available to you. This will provide clarity on your eligibility and help tailor a strategy that aligns with your homeownership goals. If you're interested in taking the first steps towards homeownership, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm dedicated to making this transition as smooth and rewarding as possible for you. Your dream home might be closer than you think, and I'm here to help you unlock the door to homeownership. Feel free to contact me. I'm obviously going to put your information in there. And thank you for considering this exciting venture. And I look forward to assisting you on your journey with becoming a homeowner. Warm regards. Simple as that. I could have never written anything that eloquent. And it's a great, well-written letter. You can obviously edit it. You can put in your own personalization to it. So as a reminder, here's what we're doing. We are going to look in the MLS for rental properties in a specific community that are 6 months and older. They've aged 6 months. Those are going to be the highest probability of conversion. Pick a number to send. If you send out 100 letters, it would probably cost you $100. That's including the stamp, the print, and the envelope. Just be prepared for these types of things. This is a way you have to spend money in order to put something in place. Let's say you spent $100 in a month's period of time on these letters. You handwrite the addresses because that's how they'll get opened up. But if you did that, I promise you, you'll find one or two people in there that'd be willing to do this. They'll be willing for the consultation. Conversion is really up to you. How good is your consultation? That's up for another conversation that we'll have. Again, 6 months or longer. Another thing that you could do is find a really quality apartment building. Imagine if you had an apartment building that you could go to that had 300 to 400 units in it, and you could get the addresses. Go bring one of the consultants to go meet one of the consultants at that apartment complex and ask them for some addresses. You don't need to ask the tenant list. You don't want that. But if they would share some of that with you because you want to put on a home buyer consultation, sometimes apartments are happy to do that simply because they know that people are in there for a period of time. And that's another thing that they could do as an item of value for the people that are currently living in their complex. So find that, send that letter out to the folks. So this is a great way to find buyers. Tenants convert to buyers all the time. And what we found is most tenants that are living in a specific area have a higher probability of also buying in that community. It's because they're testing that community out. And let's say you send a letter to somebody who wants to move into another area, it's still somebody to market to that has a high probability to buy. However, most are going to buy in the area that they're living in. At least that's what we found. So anyway, all right. That's our flight plan for this week. We hope you're staying warm. It's been cold all over the country, and we are super excited to be able to continue to have something to do. And just remember, there will always be something that you can do to build your real estate business. You just have to be open-minded to finding these types of activities that are going to continue to help you gain more commission income. So happy flight plan. Hope you guys are having a great day. You can always reach out to me at 281-960-1900. And I would love to share more about what we're doing with our Fly Like an Eagle network, how we are encouraging agents to be super, super successful. And it doesn't matter what brokerage you're at, we are in it to win it. And we want to fly like an eagle and never trot like a turkey. Have a great, great day, and I hope to talk to you soon.